Yeah, it's come. To be on twitch.tv/Breath87 if you do want to see me live. All that information is obviously down below. Now, if you've stuck and you've watched all of these, you've heard varying views in gaming, entertainment, and life, really, and even politics. That was yesterday. That was an intriguing one, wasn't it? Now, let's talk about some of this stuff, shall we? Let's talk about Resident Evil 6 as a game. Yeah, let's talk. Firstly, I love the Resident Evil franchise. I think the franchise is absolutely amazing franchise. I think I've done a fantastic thing. I think Capcom's done a very good job. I think the creators, everyone who's been involved in the creation of the games up to 6, did a very, very good job. Obviously, it evolves a lot, and we can talk about that another time, obviously. And I think that's deeply important to do, and it is in the questions that I've got listed. Now, let's do this. Resident Evil 6 was a game that introduced Wesker's son. It introduced Piers as well. Now, I don't want to be all spoilery in this video, so I'm not going to be spoilery. I will just keep things vaguish. Vaguish, that's a new word for me now. So, keeping things vaguish, I will go and I'll speak about this. We'll start with Chris's campaign. Chris's campaign was a military-based campaign, which felt like Call of Duty on crack with zombies occasionally. And I didn't enjoy it. But it wasn't terrible. Leon S. Kennedy. Now, his campaign, I actually deeply enjoyed. I found elements of his campaign to be fun. I found them to be interesting. I found his whole character development and everything around him worked. And then you have Jake's campaign, which is a bundle of shit. I never want to play the campaign ever again, and it's actually terrible. There is also the bonus campaign of Ada, and Ada is obviously a delight. Very interesting as a one-player. The two-player version is absolutely terrible. It was originally designed as a one-player, and that's absolutely fine. You can originally design that as a one-player, and people complained, so they made it a two-player, and they made it a terrible two-player, so people complained again. Now, what's that all about, you know? If you complain enough to get something changed, then it's going to get changed, and you're probably going to not be happy about how it's been changed. Now, let me talk about the bigger issues with Resident Evil 6. As I say, there was a couple of positives, like the Leon campaign. There was definitely elements of that. I didn't really feel much for Helena, but that's absolutely fine. Her Hydra has been so heavily depowered that it's bringing Hydra a bad name. But that's the point. That's the thing. That's fine. It's fine. If you're going to give someone a starting gun, don't make it a Hydra next time, maybe. That was a fault with that campaign. Now, I do want to go on to the worst things. Now, I get they wanted to have exciting boat chases and car chases and things along those lines because they've done that in other ones, but because this is multiplayer and it's done via the internet and it's going across between two different computers because your split stream's absolutely terrible. It's jittery, it's a horrible mess, and you can't fix it. The car chases should have been one player. The bike should have been one player. If you wanted a fucking fun bike scene, make it on Ada's campaign. If you wanted a car chase scene, make it on Ada's campaign where you're on your own and it doesn't buffer every 5 seconds. You don't have to worry about shooting from it either. But tell you what, it was my issue with Resident Evil 5 as well, was the car mission. They've not made a good mission where you're in a car shooting something. They struggle with this. That's my gripe. Over Resident Evil 6, to summarise, is a ball bag waste of time. It would always be that word if I ever tell you I like Resident Evil 6 as a whole. Call the police because I may need help. I have probably been held hostage and I'm trying to tell you. Like that Khan scarf from a kids' TV show, but I realised I've got 15 seconds left to go. I could go on for this for another hour, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say thank you very much. If you want to watch me live, it's be on twitch.tv/Bareth87. If you want to see my YouTube stuff, go and click onto my YouTube stuff and take a look. Links are down below. Have a fantastic one. Stay safe, stay well. Goodbye.